Spider-Man is reportedly climbing past $2.1 billion worldwide, with even bigger numbers potentially still ahead. And that success is putting an uncomfortable spotlight on DC's Supergirl. Because while Sony's latest Spider-Man movie continues attracting audiences, the conversation around Supergirl keeps getting more defensive. And now, Millie Alcock has entered that conversation herself, taking another shot at the criticism surrounding Supergirl and explaining why she believes comparing the two movies is completely unfair. But her comments don't stop there. She also revealed something potentially much bigger about Wonder Woman and Anna Nogueira's vision for the character. And if what Millie is teasing actually happens, DC fans may have another major controversy on their hands. So let's break down exactly what she said and why this could become a much bigger issue for the DCU. The timing of Millie Alcock's latest comments is particularly interesting because they come while Spider-Man: Brand New Day continues to perform at an extraordinary level. The movie has reportedly passed the $2.1 billion mark worldwide, with projections suggesting that it could potentially climb even higher, possibly reaching somewhere around $2.2 or even $2.3 billion. Whether it ultimately reaches those numbers or not, the bigger point is that Spider-Man is once again demonstrating just how powerful the character remains with mainstream audiences. And that creates a pretty obvious comparison. On one side, you have a Spider-Man movie generating enormous worldwide interest. On the other, you have Supergirl, a film that has faced a much more difficult theatrical run and has spent much of its post-release period dealing with criticism over its story, characters, marketing, and overall direction. That contrast has naturally created another round of questions for DC Studios. We've already seen James Gunn defend the movie. We've heard from Millie Alcock. We've heard from writer Anna Nogueira. Warner Brothers leadership has also attempted to put a more positive spin on the situation, while producer Peter Safran remains part of the larger DC Studios leadership team. But now Millie is pushing back against the comparison herself. And before getting into her comments, there's an important reason why some people believe Spider-Man has performed so strongly. One argument is that Brand New Day keeps things relatively straightforward. Rather than making the movie feel like it exists purely to set up an endless chain of future stories, it largely presents itself as a Spider-Man movie first. That's a major difference from some of the previous Tom Holland installments, which were heavily connected to the larger Marvel universe and included numerous elements designed to tie into the broader MCU. This time around, audiences have apparently responded to a much more focused Spider-Man experience. And of course, there are also major surprises within the movie that have generated additional attention. So when Supergirl's performance is placed next to Spider-Man's success, it's easy to understand why people are making comparisons. But Millie Alcock clearly doesn't think those comparisons are fair. According to Millie, she believes calling Supergirl forgettable is unfair to women because, in her view, the movie was specifically designed to put female characters at the center of the story. She pointed toward characters like Kara Zor-El and Ruthie, arguing that the movie explores themes surrounding women, identity, and what she described as toxic masculinity. Millie also explained that this theme was something James Gunn had discussed with both her and Anna Nogueira before filming began, and she believes Anna successfully incorporated those ideas into the screenplay. But Millie strongly objected to the idea that Supergirl should be judged against a movie like Spider-Man simply by looking at their box office results. She argued that Kara Zor-El represents an important role model for women and girls, and that audiences need to look beyond her flaws to understand the character. Millie specifically pointed toward Kara's drinking problems and the way she copes with losing her home and everything she once knew. According to Millie, those flaws are part of what makes Kara's eventual redemption so meaningful. In fact, she went even further, claiming that Supergirl contains the best live-action redemption arc that Kara Zor-El has ever received. That's obviously a very strong statement, and it's also one that many viewers are going to disagree with, because one of the biggest criticisms surrounding the movie has been precisely the opposite argument, that Kara's supposed character development doesn't fully connect with the decisions she makes throughout the story, but Millie isn't backing away from her position. She also criticized fans who attacked Anna Nogueira's writing, calling some of that backlash toxic and unfairly directed at the women behind the project. Millie then teased Anna's upcoming Wonder Woman, suggesting it will be very different from previous versions of Diana Prince. She also hinted that the character may share some of the same creative ideas used for Kara Zor-El. That has raised concerns among fans who dislike Supergirl's writing and worry that similar choices could appear in Wonder Woman. Millie argued that some male DC fans may struggle with this new interpretation, while critics responded that disliking a female character or screenplay doesn't automatically make someone sexist. Fans are allowed to criticize the story, pacing, dialogue, and character development without being labeled toxic. She also claimed that female-led superhero movies face more challenges than male-led blockbusters, which is why she believes comparing Supergirl to Spider-Man is unfair. Millie added that James Gunn had warned them about sexist backlash, and she feels the reaction proved him right. But the bigger question is whether focusing on toxic fandom will help DC win back audiences or make viewers feel their criticism is being ignored. With projects like Superman, Supergirl, Clayface, Lanterns, Man of Tomorrow, Wonder Woman, and Teen Titans already announced or in development, DC is moving quickly. That could be exciting, but it also creates risks if audiences don't connect with the individual movies. If Man of Tomorrow continues Kara's story and audiences remain divided, that controversy could carry into future projects. And if Wonder Woman follows similar creative ideas, it may face criticism before the movie even arrives. Still, none of this is guaranteed. A controversial project can be followed by a successful one, and Anna Nogueira may deliver something completely different with Wonder Woman. For now, the Spider-Man and Supergirl comparison isn't going away. Spider-Man's success shows the power of a character audiences connect with, while Supergirl is still trying to prove that its box office performance won't define its future. So, what do you think? Is comparing Supergirl to Spider-Man unfair, or do audiences have every right to compare their stories, reception, and box office results? And what do you think about Anna Nogueira bringing similar ideas from Supergirl into Wonder Woman? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to SubiiVerse and turn on notifications for more Hollywood and DC updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.